the Rose Table Disney dinners. Well, kind of. This is my Snow White tea party. If you've been following for a long time, you might remember that I ended my original 12 months of Disney dinners with a Snow White party. It was in the Black Forest, aka my dining room, but it was a very festive, completely different look than we're doing today. But I was so inspired by the new live action Snow White that I thought I kind of want to throw a Snow White tea party in the garden to welcome spring, and it is very princessy, and I'm so excited to share all of these fabulous Snow White Disney princess recipes with you all, but beware, poison apples. Here we go. We're going to do our flowers. You can see I already have one done that I did as a time lapse. Now, as much as I love these big leaves, they are beautiful. These actually drain a lot of the energy and make your hydrangeas wilt faster. So as much as I love them, I am going to take them off. I know we want the snapdragons in there. Now it should be noted that I usually have to worry about my flowers being really cute 360 degrees. However, for the first time possibly ever, these really have a backside because I'm only making tea for my friend Irene. So I'm making these really, they're gonna be up against the fence. So it's okay to have a backside. You can see I'm just gonna start, it's not gonna look cute in the beginning. I'm just gonna pop some flowers in kind of roughly the size that I think I want them, but I do often change that. Here are our flowers. Of course, I do like to let them settle and then zhuzh them up right before to make sure they look party perfect. But I'm so happy with how my Snow White flowers turned out. Time to decorate. I really wanted this table to look very different from my other Snow White party. So we're going for, well, her outfit, which is a yellow tablecloth. And we're gonna use a blue runner across the top. I really love this blue color. Our little serving platter, I did use these at my Snow White dinner party, but they're just too perfect. Now, how fabulous are these Snow White florals? I am so proud of these. And then our fabulous little woodland lantern. And then my very special Snow White teapot. This is such a treasure to me. I am dedicating this episode to the woman who gave this to me, Beth Thompson. She gifted this to me. She was a Rose Table fan and supporter, and she sadly passed away, but before she did, she gifted me this teapot. Is so near and dear to my heart. We have an adorable little bird's nest. This is actually a real bird's nest my mom found in the yard years ago. And then some little birds, because Snow White has so many little bird friends. Ooh, that looks good. I like that there. The good china. Okay, got our little, can't forget our teacups for tea. We can fit our little bird in. And then I just want to fill in some, these are real pine cones from the yard. And it just helps give that little woodland look. So we have our red napkin and a lovely apple, Honeycrisp, if anyone was wondering, and our place card. I think that looks so cute. Here is the final tea table set for two, and then we have space to add our food, but I'm so excited with how this turned out. It is my goal for every single Disney dinner that someone could just see a photo of this on the internet and immediately know that this is a Snow White party, and I think we've really nailed that here. I mean, I love all of the little woodland creatures. Snow White really has her little bird friends help her out in the movie, and I just think it screams Snow White. I love the apples. It's just a happy little Disney table. But I think we're ready to bring the food out. All right, y'all, I think it is finally tea sandwich time. I'm so excited about the sandwiches that we have for today's tea. I don't even know where to start. Yes, I do, because I'm really pumped about the gooseberry jam. So let's pull out our bread. This is very, very fast and easy to make. So I'm going to start by just cutting the crusts off of basic white bread. I am so excited about this find. Of course, Snow White in the original movie bakes a gooseberry pie, but here in Texas, we do not have gooseberries. You cannot find them. But it did occur to me that I could order some gooseberry jam, which is going to be so perfect on this sandwich. And you know what else, you guys? It also happens to be the best jam I have ever had in my life. This is such a quick and easy idea for a sandwich. So we're just gonna take, I wish you guys could smell this incredible gooseberry jam. We're gonna do the other side. I love this jam so much that we are even using it for dessert. And then you can use whatever cheese you like, but I have Havarti here. And you know, I don't usually do, just in my daily life, pre-sliced cheese, but for something like this, it is so preferable because, I mean, look how nice and thin this is. Kind of cut off the excess. Okay, and then just going to put that right on top and then cut it in thirds. So simple. And then why not throw some little edible flowers on there just for fun, because after all, this is a little princess tea. And there you have it, gooseberry and cheese sandwiches, tea sandwiches with optional edible flowers. These are pansies from my garden. Just adorable. What a cute little Disney themed treat. I just love making tea sandwiches. It's just so delightful. We're gonna cut off our crusts. This one is just so simple. I'm almost embarrassed to call this a recipe. Mayonnaise on one side, and then Dijon mustard on the other side, and then Black Forest ham on the mayonnaise side. And then we have some Munster cheese that I thought would just go beautifully with our ham, and throw that on. We're gonna do this as a little triangle, and there you have it, a super simple Black Forest ham and Munster tea sandwich, very appropriate for a Snow White tea party. So easy. You didn't think I would forget a cucumber sandwich, did you? What afternoon tea is complete without a cucumber sandwich? I'm particularly excited about this idea though, because I've decided to shake things up a little bit, and we're going to do an open face sandwich with radishes, because after all, it is springtime and there's just something about a radish. Like, they're so cute and adorable. Of course, this is entirely optional, but I just thought it would be really fun to have these as little rounds. How cute is that? I'm just going to take some herb, this is actually chive and onion cream cheese, and slather that on. Just going to spread our delicious chive and onion cream cheese, and I'm going to add a nice, you want this, I mean, a pretty decently thick slice, I think. We'll do like 2 little radish pieces. And then I just want to top each one with some fresh dill. Oh my gosh, how pretty is this? And there you go. How cute and springy is that, and such a fun alternative to a classic tea sandwich. I love this. I know I'm gonna love this one because I'm such a cream cheese person. And now last but certainly not least is our apple chicken salad. Let me show you how I made this. Here are our ingredients. We're just going to whisk together a super quick sauce, and then we're going to add some chicken, cranberries, almonds, thyme, apples, and green onion. It's gonna be delicious. We're gonna throw in 1 cup of Greek yogurt. I just love to use fresh lemon zest and lemon juice in chicken salad. If you don't have a lemon and you want to make this, then I would substitute some apple cider vinegar, because of course we are making an apple chicken salad, and that sounds delicious to me, but I just love that fresh lemon zest in a chicken salad. Super, super juicy lemon, my goodness. I mean, that looks great just like that, doesn't it? Then we're gonna take just a teaspoon of basic table salt, Dijon mustard, about a teaspoon, and then about half a teaspoon of pepper. I'm just gonna eyeball it, give that a whisk. This is gonna be the base of our chicken salad. Fresh thyme leaves. Oh my gosh, this is literally aromatherapy. It's like so many of my favorite scents. Give that a whisk. We're gonna stir in our chicken. Yes, that is already looking so good. Diced apple. Oh my gosh. Does this not just look like heaven already? I'm kind of like mashing it just a little bit because you want the apples to really, let their juice in and marry the rest of it. Okay, half a cup of sliced almond. Now I do want to be careful not to break these guys up too much. It's like Schitt's Creek, fold it in, David. It's just really when you want to be gentle. Okay, that's looking good. 1/3 of a cup of dried cranberries. I absolutely love dried cranberries. Then some green onion. Oh my gosh. How delicious is this looking? And it's so colorful. See how it really comes together. That's what we're wanting for the presentation that I have in mind. I wish y'all could smell this. Now you can of course serve this apple chicken salad on bread or in lettuce cups or phyllo cups, but since apples are such a big part of Snow White, I thought it would be fun to serve scoops on apple slices. How cute is this? Not only is it delicious and adorable, but it's also a low-carb option if you're into that sort of thing. I'm gonna show you guys how to make my vanilla scones. We're gonna start with 3 cups of all-purpose flour, half a cup of granulated sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Give that a little whisk. Half a cup of butter at room temperature, and then take a pastry blender. You can also use a fork for this, and we're just going to break up the butter. I do have a lot of different flavors of this on therosestable.com. 1 cup of buttermilk. Beautiful yolk. All right, 1 egg. And 1 teaspoon of really good vanilla. Okay, we're just gonna start in the center here. Give that a nice little whisk. Very gently fold it together. You really do not want to overmix this. I never use a mixer to make scones because if you overmix them, they will be tough, and we want nice tender scones. Okay, that looks good. Scoop the dough onto a cookie sheet and bake at 400 for about 15 minutes or until they're just starting to turn golden. And here you go, old-fashioned vanilla buttermilk scones. They look all craggly, but wait until we cut into them. They're so soft and pillowy and dreamy, and they honestly stay fresh for days and days and days. I hope you love this recipe as much as I do. I think we need some clotted cream. Oh my gosh, it's so soft. It's falling apart. I've made these for so many parties. They always look like they're gonna be dry. My friends are always so skeptical, and then they take a bite and it's an absolute dream. And now it's the most exciting time because we finally get to sit down and enjoy our feast. How cute is this? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm in love. This is exactly what I wanted. You know, sometimes when I'm planning parties, I see the party in my head and I do my best to execute it, but then every now and then it just really exceeds my expectations. And I admit, this really might be one of my favorite parties I've ever done. And you know what too? I usually do a big party. I usually at least have 6 people. Sometimes I do a really big party, but I just thought it would be so fun to do something different and just have my bestie Irene over because she's a big tea person like I am. And I'm so excited for her to get here and see the spread. Hello! It's so cute. Here is the first course, our tea sandwich flight, and then we already pulled out the scones. Why not? I am so excited about this. If this is not a Disney spring tea party, I don't know what is. So here we have plated our Black Forest ham and cheese sandwich with a little bit of rosemary from the garden. We have our cucumber sandwich, our gooseberry tea sandwich, and then our chicken salad on apple slices. And then just for fun, cut a little radish kind of in a little flower shape to add a pop of color. And then we have our delicious vanilla scones with clotted cream and raspberry jam. I don't know about y'all, but I am so excited for this Disney feast. I mean, I'm just a girl standing in front of a table asking it to be Disneyland, and I think I nailed it. Perfect. So you went with the peach passion, right? And I'm going with wild berry. Oh my goodness. After we grabbed our tea sandwiches from the serving platter, I ran in the house to grab our final course so we could gaze upon it while we enjoyed our tea sandwiches and our scones, which means it's finally time to talk about dessert. We're gonna make some mini Black Forest cakes. Of course, the original Snow White fairy tales written by the Brothers Grimm and inspired by the Black Forest. So of course, Black Forest cake, the true German cake, by the way, is the perfect little thing for our Snow White tea. So first, we're gonna start with our chocolate cake roll, which you guys have seen me make so many times before, but did you know you do not have to roll it or cut it that way? You can also cut it into adorable little rounds for little mini cakes, which is so fun. And then I've already got some freshly whipped cream, and then we have our fabulous cherry sauce. Let me show you how I made this. Starts with some frozen cherries, 2 cups, 1/3 cup of water, and 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. Turn the heat on, and you're gonna bring this to a boil. While we're waiting for that to boil, I'm gonna prep my next step. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of water and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and just give that quick little mix. We've brought this to a very gentle boil, and I just want you to see the current thickness of the sauce. It's very, very thin. So I'm going to go ahead and add our thickening agent, and then we're gonna let that boil for 1 minute. You can already tell that it's getting thicker just by looking at it. Wow, look at that, immediately thicker. Look at that. What a difference. Look at that. Oh my gosh, just, you know, an appreciation moment. Then I'm just gonna ladle this into some jars so it's ready to go. I love desserts like this too because I was able to make all these components yesterday, and now all I have to do right before the party is assemble it, and this could not look any fancier. I'm so happy with this. So easy to make. You just take your little cake round. Now if you want, you can absolutely brush this with some kirsch. That would be delicious and very appropriate for your Black Forest cake. Then we're gonna take some of our pillowy whipped cream. Add some of that delicious cherry sauce, then add another cake piece, more whipped cream, more cherry sauce, and then shave some chocolate right on top. That's it. What is there left to say except for, und wenn sie nicht gestorben sind, dann leben sie noch heute. This is a fairy tale dessert if I ever saw one. And there you go, mini Black Forest cakes for your Snow White party. You guys, could this be any cuter? These are absolutely adorable. I'm so happy with how these turned out. And don't forget, you can get every single one of these recipes that you see here today on my website at therosetable.com. Special delivery from Rêve, Gelato and Pâtisserie in Dallas by famed pastry chef Andy Pham. Look at this. This is not an apple, folks, but it looks exactly like an apple. Let me unbox and then I'll show them to you a little bit better. Oh my gosh. Are these not the most adorable little apples you have ever seen in your life? Look how realistic they look. I mean, is this the cutest cake you have ever seen in your life? Before someone says that I cheated, if there's one thing that I learned from our queen, Ina Garten, it is that you don't have to make everything yourself. And there is zero chance that I'm ever making something this spectacular. I'm a huge Andy Pham fan. I would say his #1 fan. And he is known for making hyper-realistic cake. And I have seen him make these apples for many years, and I just thought this would be too perfect to feature at my Snow White tea party. Look how adorable. Oh my God, they're too perfect. Look at the striping on this little guy. Oh my gosh. So cute. You can hardly tell what's a real apple and what's the cake. Check it out. There's the inside of the apple. And there you go. Delicious apple cake by the one and only Andy Pham. Oh my God. I am so excited about this dessert. We are going to use this gooseberry jam again, and we're gonna make a little gooseberry fool. Now, a fool, if you've never had one, very popular English dessert, and it's typically just whipped cream with some sort of fruit stirred into it, but occasionally people will also use jam. It's very popular. So first, we're gonna start off by whipping cream, which is probably my favorite thing to do. I make epic whipped cream. Should have timed this. Okay, so you want it just starting to thicken like that. Then I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar and then a teaspoon of vanilla. And then stir that in, and you really do not want this to be super stiff. You want it really pillowy. So now we're gonna take our gooseberry jam. This is so easy. And I'm gonna do about a 1/4 cup. Oh my gosh. And then you're just gonna be very patient with it. Can you believe, I mean, this is pretty much all that a fool is. Just whip up some cream, stir in some fruit or some summer jam. And then I'm just going to dish it up, add a little shortbread cookie to each fool. And then I'm gonna break up some cookie to sprinkle on top. Just cute as can be. And there you go. This is such a light and refreshing dessert and tastes way more complex than it is to make. I love the crunch of shortbread cookie here too. This would also be great adapted into a trifle with some angel food cake. By the way, you guys, don't forget to check out the Rose Table Cookbook, especially if you love desserts and cakes, because I have so many good ones. You can, of course, get all these recipes on therosetable.com, but for lots of my favorite all-time recipes, be sure to check out the Rose Table Cookbook at cookbook.therosetable.com. Now, let's go out and enjoy our tea. Look at the dessert course. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, you guys. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, I am ready for tea.
That's so fun on the apple slice.
It is.
Oh,
It's so pretty too.
thank you. I was nervous because, of course, in the movie she makes a gooseberry pie, and I thought, what can I do with? Well, I got the idea to do the gooseberry jam, but I was so worried because I've never had gooseberry in my entire life. So I was like, let's order 2 jars so I can play with it. To me, it's like a little bit like mango-ish, like super fruity, a little bit apricot, a little bit mango. After enjoying our tea sandwiches, we ate our vanilla buttermilk scones with clotted cream and raspberry jam. And last but certainly not least, we enjoyed our dessert flight. What an epic Disney princess tea party in the garden. I hope you had as much fun watching this episode as I had planning it. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest tea party of them all? I think we all know the answer to that. Get all these recipes and so many more on therosetable.com, and you can see all of my Disney parties and tons of other themed parties on therosetable.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in the kitchen today, and don't forget to make your own magic.